Hey everybody, Michael Snyder here, National Weather Watch. Today is June 21st, and right now we're looking at the mid-level water vapor loop, and you can see Tropical Storm Brett out here across the Atlantic Ocean, headed towards the Lesser Antilles there. Good news is that it's probably, the forecast is looking weaker and weaker for the system as it moves across the area, and it should die somewhere down here, but we'll watch it for now. No promises right now, but right now it is no threat to the mainland USA for the most part, and you can see the upper level low here across the southeast continuing to spin, bringing that flooding potential across the region there. You can see the severe storms firing across some of the plains and the northern plains, and Texas will continue to bake here on in through the extended forecast. Not good news for people down there as the big trough continues across Pacific Northwest, keeping things below normal for places like California. This is looking at tropical storm force wind speed probabilities, and you can see they really relax as you get towards Haiti there, south of Haiti, as we go into Friday evening here. So not too big of a threat right now. It's supposed to run into some wind shear out in this area here and start its weakening trend if it hasn't already. This is looking at the time frame here, and you can see the 8 p.m. there just south of Haiti there. Now, this is the discussion here. If you guys want to read this, the Central Pacific Hurricane Center there, you got good information here, and they do talk about the wind shear impinging on that system. This is looking at the European model guidance here. It's supposed to continue its trek west here, but probably weakening by the time it gets out into the Caribbean, though. This is looking at 10-meter wind speed, and this just kind of shows you, Brett, here. Just like to watch these animations here. It's a tropical system. You can kind of see moving across the Lesser Antilles there, and then coming down south of Puerto Rico here and the Dominican Republic and Haiti, and kind of on the weakening trend there. But anyway, yeah, taking a look here at the mid-level water vapor. I always like watching this too. You can see some of these thunderstorms as they develop across the Dakotas all the way down through Nebraska and Kansas here. It's always kind of mesmerizing to watch this. And you can see that it did bring some wind and hail reports to this area, and we didn't have any tornado reports across the country yesterday as well. Good news for that. This is the day one categorical outlook here, and we do have this tornado threat across southeast Wyoming here, up towards northeast Colorado. Kind of my specialty here, but I did not time my vacations this year very well, as I'm missing out on the better events. But anyway, I hope everybody at the Storm Chasers gets a nice photogenic tornado there that is doing no damage. And this is day two as well, possibly a repeat up into the same areas here. This is looking at the surface-based cave. So as we put that into motion, you can see that instability really move into Colorado and some portions of Wyoming there. And again, we're going to repeat that as we go through the day tomorrow for some of the same areas there as well. This is looking at day one excessive rainfall outlook. You notice the southeast again is included there, and this goes all the way through the Dakotas down into Wyoming and Colorado as well. Day two, similar areas. And again, that upper level low, slow moving to get out of the area. This is 7-day precipitation here, and you can clearly see which areas are favored. Some of the northern plains here and the east coast getting a lot of precip here over the next week or so, and hopefully some of these storms can at least bring a little bit of relief, if only just temporary, here across the state of Texas. This is looking at composite reflectivity, what the Doppler radar may look like during the day today. And again, you can see it upper level low. I've been talking about that a lot here, but look at this complex of storms maybe driving down across Texas, at least bringing some temporary relief to the area. And you can see the development of the severe weather as we go through today, and then on again through tomorrow, similar areas here as well. Now, this is looking at 500 millibars. You can see the big trough over the west coast there, the ridging that's bringing that excessive heat to Texas here, and that upper level low kind of stuck there underneath this ridge here over Canada and some of the northern USA, finally starting to weaken here as we go on through the end of the week. Still that low pressure system slow to move out, and this ridge may be extended for a while here across the state of Texas. It doesn't look like this is going to break anytime soon. Some dangerous heat incoming for much of the state and surrounding areas. You can really see the excessive heat warnings that just include much of the state of Texas here right now, except for the Panhandle as we speak. Flooding concerns across the southeast, and there's some frost and freeze warnings here across some of the mountainous west out there with that cool trough. This is looking at NAM 3KM. We're focused here on Texas, and this is apparent temperature. Check it out. Look at some of these heat indexes approaching 120 degrees. It's not because the temperatures are 120 degrees. It's because the dew points are so high, the relative humidity, you're not getting that evaporative cooling. But watch this. You can see some of the storms that do develop here and at least bring some temporary relief here as they rush out to the Gulf. But then by the next day, it's almost like they never even happened here as the heat indexes start to build again. And we're running this here real time in the NAM 3 km. And if we go a little bit further out, you can kind of see how they redeveloped there a bit as you go through Thursday here as well. So yeah, it's going to be rinse and repeat here for probably the next 10 days. More on that here in a moment. You can see this excessive heat goes all the way out through the end of the month here, including some of Oklahoma, Arkansas, even up towards Missouri and Kansas there as well. And the excessive heat slight goes all the way up and even includes Chicago, Iowa, and Nebraska there also. And even out to the desert Southwest, where the dew points are much less and you get much better evaporative cooling with those extreme temperatures out there. This is looking at total precipitation in inches at last night's European run. You can see the plains in the southeast really favored under the scenario, starting to dry out here across the desert Southwest and a lot of California here also. Hopefully some of this precip can sneak up into, Ohio, Pennsylvania to help with that drought developing up in some of the northern areas here as well. This is looking at 2-meter temperature anomaly. This is the 10-day. This is the 10-day outlook here in the European. You can see the troughing here in the west, but Texas is already really hot for this time of year, and to see above average conditions there with those humid, moist conditions really means some excessive and extreme heat indexes are going to be present there all the way through the end of June, most likely. So anyway, yeah, hope you guys, if you're out in Texas, obviously you know how to beat the heat there, but this is really, even for Texas standards, a very extreme heat wave coming up through the end of the month here. And yeah, hopefully we can get some relief on that coming up here. If thunderstorms might help out a little bit during some of the daytime hours, but really by the next day, that heat's going to bounce back very strong also. So anyway, hope you guys are liking these videos. I'm going to fine tune these over, as we go. I'm trying to look for National Weather Service and some fun graphics to talk about each day, and we'll talk about each individual weather event for different areas, as big things occur. And, I'll continue to do the California briefings every 1 to 3 days or so. And of course, I'll do my Pacific Northwest briefings every single day, as I was born and raised here and it's kind of my specialty. But anyway, yeah, hope you guys are liking these videos. Click like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys again tomorrow.